there, Dead and Lovelies. It's your main man, Uncle Ben.
And me, Hollywood Steve.
And we're here today to determine the true king of the monsters. That is, the king of the cereal monsters.
Frankenberry, Blueberry, Count Chocula. Who's your man?
That's right. In honor of the oncoming All Hallows Eve holiday, on today's episode we're going to be taste testing that unholy trinity of sugary cereals from our childhood. Now, Hollywood Steve, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any of these before?
I have. I've had Count Chocula before, but Count Chocula, I've never had the other two. Also never really ate Count Chocula as a kid.
I've never had any of these. I'm actually kind of excited about today's episode because these are like the forbidden cereals of my childhood that my mom always told me they'd rot my teeth and make me worship Satan and stuff like that.
And she was right.
I hope that she's right, man.
Yeah.
I hope that she's right.
Finally you'll get to worship Satan.
And not have teeth? Are you kidding me? You'll never have to brush again?
No.
No more flossing?
No.
I call that a benefit.
Take that, Mom.
We're gonna be kicking off the jams with my main man, Blueberry, which claims to be an artificial berry-flavored frosted cereal with monster marshmallows.
I've never had an artificial berry. Is it like a raspberry or?
It's like a replicant. What is his hat? I'm pretty sure that he's the ghost of perhaps an elevator operator, judging by his hat.
Which floor?
I gotta say, I'm excited to try this.
Yeah.
It smells exactly like, did you ever have the Kix Wild Berries cereal?
No, but it also smells like Smurf Berry cereal.
Okay, it's probably the exact same thing.
I think General Mills just concocted some weird berry idea back in the 50s and they just put it on everything.
The abstract notion of a berry. Now, I want to judge these on two merits. I want to get the overall taste of the cereal, crunchability, yada yada.
Right.
I also want to get the post-milk scenario.
That makes sense.
Very important.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have cereal and not drink the milk at the end, why are you even eating cereal?
Why are you even alive?
All right,
Let's find out about it. That's kind of like having a bowl of sugar.
Yeah, it's like having a bowl of sugar while somebody's baking blueberry muffins in the next room.
Yeah, it's kind of like somebody yelled blueberry muffins from across the house.
Muffin, and then you just had it in your head.
Yeah.
So when you chewed, you were like, must be blueberry muffin. I'm gonna say, this is unpleasant.
I'm not in love with this. I've kind of worked this up in my head as something that I would really enjoy.
Yeah,
once I finally got to like be a grown-up and buy my own cereal.
Yeah. And then you become a grown-up and you're like, nobody wants that.
Yeah, much like most things about being a grown-up, it actually sucks when you get there.
And the look of the cereal milk, that's blue. Like,
it's like gray.
It is, it's gray, like a blue-gray, like
the color of my tombstone.
Yeah. So when it comes down to taste, it's not great. But when it comes down to being horrific, hey, all right.
You come to the right place for that. This is definitely a letdown.
Yeah.
Definitely a letdown for me. If this is the king of the monsters, I am disappointed.
More like Blueberry.
That's more like, what do you think?
I'm surprised. That just tastes like milk. Like a sweet, sweet milk.
Yeah, it actually doesn't taste that different.
Yeah, it doesn't really carry much of the flavor.
No.
I'm gonna say this, I don't care for it.
No.
Not good.
No, sir. I don't like it. If I had this for breakfast, I would be like, this is gonna be a bad day.
Maybe that's why parents didn't want us to eat Blueberry growing up.
They might have really been looking out for
They're
us.
like, listen, you're just gonna have a bad time. Like,
yeah, it's seriously not very
Hear
good.
me out.
Yeah.
Next. Well, here we are with the main man, Count Chocula.
I think really if this is gonna be a legitimate vampire cereal, it should be blood flavored.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, very irony.
Oh man, what if they did that where it turned the milk red?
What's the iron level in the cereal? It should be extremely high.
Not high enough.
Yeah.
25%.
It's not even close.
Go out and drink a bowl of blood, kids.
Yeah.
Get your iron.
It smells pretty good.
Oh wow, yeah.
I gotta say, initially the smell is pretty pleasant. It smells like a cup of like hot cocoa.
It does. It smells like that Nestle hot cocoa packet.
Yeah, with a little dehydrated marshmallows.
Yeah.
What's the deal with a dehydrated marshmallow too?
What's the deal with dehydrated marshmallows?
I gotta say, I have more hopes for this than I did with the Blueberry.
Yeah,
it
me too.
smells like it's gonna be less disappointing,
Now,
I think, overall.
I'm already noticing the milk is still that weird shade of gray.
It's kind of, yeah. Which honestly maybe comforts me more than anything, because that lets me know it's not like dyed with God knows what.
Yeah.
You know? It kind of tastes like a hot cup of cocoa with marshmallows in it.
Yeah,
Only it's cold.
It's not chocolatey enough, but it's not too sugary.
This isn't bad.
Yeah.
I don't hate this. This could definitely enter into my snack cereal category. This is not something I would wake up and start my day with. I would want to go right back to bed.
I wonder what happened to turn Count Chocula into a vampire.
Who turned him?
Yeah. Did he devote himself to Satan like Vlad Tepes, or like what is it?
Has he ever impaled anyone?
I hope so.
That just tastes like sugar. It doesn't really taste like chocolate.
It doesn't. How is that possible that
I don't understand.
these things can't convey their flavor to milk? Like, what do you...
I don't really understand.
Have you never heard of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, guys?
Yeah, exactly. That's not terrible, but I am surprised by how not chocolatey it is. I figured it'd be like a nice chocolate milk kind of flavor.
I don't like the marshmallows.
Unnecessary. I would definitely say those are unnecessary.
Yeah.
But this is definitely better than Blueberry.
Oh
without
yeah.
a doubt. This is
For
the current
sure.
reigning king of the monsters.
Next.
So for our third and final round here, we're going to be talking about Frankenberry, which is an artificial strawberry flavored frosted cereal with monster marshmallows. Now this guy, I think, has some potential, but I think it's going to have a hard time dethroning
Yeah, I think
Chocula.
Count Chocula right now is in the lead.
I gotta say,
does that
Frankenberry,
look?
he's looking pretty good for a guy who is made out of reanimated corpse parts. He looks a lot cheerier than, let's say, like Robert De Niro.
He did not look happy. No.
He did not look too happy.
No.
He's like, I should be dead. I am made of corpse parts. This guy seems to have a much more chipper demeanor. Oh, what do you think that Robert De Niro tasted like as Frankenstein? I doubt strawberries.
Yeah, I would say like a fetid, rotten corpse. Probably.
I think that being said, I do think that this cereal should be corpse flavor.
That would be great.
Yeah. So upon first glance, this appears to be our most patriotic cereal. It's very
Yeah.
red, white, and blue, perhaps.
Yeah, and it smells, and I'm gonna presume tastes exactly like Blueberry.
It smells exactly like the Blueberry. Like if I was blindfolded, I would not know the difference between these two. I think it's a little better than Blueberry.
Yeah.
It tastes like they added more flavor to Blueberry.
Yeah, they toned down some of that citric sort of flavor of the Blueberry and made it a little bit more sweet.
Why the marshmallows? These seem superfluous to me.
Yeah, and they like fall apart in your mouth in a sickening way.
I'm not on board with it. This is better than Blueberry though.
Oh, it is not going to be hard to choose. I don't think. The king of the monsters.
I don't think so. This is the least colored of all the milks that we've had yet. It's only slightly bluish, I guess. Does that have any flavor?
It maybe does. I think maybe that strawberry flavor actually made it into the milk.
Yeah, I actually did a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Overall, it's okay. I just don't see the point. I definitely feel like I could go fail a test after having this. Okay, so when it comes to the straight down the pike original trinity of monster cereals,
Right.
how are you ranking these from worst to best?
Okay. Worst. Blueberry.
I agree.
Middle ground, but pretty much the same. Frankenberry.
It's a little better. Yeah, it's a little bit better.
And numero uno, with a bullet, the royal man himself, Count Chocula.
I gotta say, I completely agree with that. Even with me not really being a chocolatey kind of person, that is definitely the best one. That's the one that I would definitely have as a snack. None of these I would have in the morning.
No. Oh God. We're having them in the evening right now, and I feel like keeling over.
About time to go to bed.
I think I've developed diabetes.
But now, Steve, I want to find out if any of these things get better whenever we combine them. I'm talking about, what if Frankenstein was a vampire?
That's the coolest idea I've heard today.
What if he had the ghost of Frankenstein?
The ghost of Frankenstein. Okay, so like Frankenstein has all these different pieces of body parts just put together. And I guess then the pieces of their souls would all come together to form a ghost?
That's a good question. Yeah, would the ghost of Frankenstein be one singular person, or would it be the ghost of all the people that made him up? I think what I'd really like to see is a Franken vampire.
Oh my goodness, a vampire. I guess out and about, looking for blood. He was like, who's this tall, monstrous looking man? Probably full of delicious, nutritious blood. Bites into him. Oh, gasp, he says. What is this but rotten flesh? I must return to my homeland.
He's verbose. Alright, for our first mashup here, we're going to be trying both of the berry-related cereals. We're going to be trying a Frankenberry mixed with a blueberry. We like to call this concoction Buried Alive. Let's find out about this. It's just like a falling face first into that old berry patch.
Oh boy.
Not stoked. Tastes like refined sugar. Mm-hmm. That's about it. I taste more of the blueberry than anything. Yeah. It tastes like disappointment.
That blueberry is so strong that it covers up
the goodness of the Frankenberry.
Oh gosh.
This sucks.
This is really bad.
It's not good. And it's weird because on its own it really tastes like nothing. But it's like the nothing overtakes whatever's in its path.
Mm-hmm. I would say this is hateful, almost.
It's a hateful flavor.
Yeah, it just destroys everything in its path.
Find out about that milk. Again, doesn't really taste like
it just tastes like milk. Yeah. There's a little bit of tiny hint of strawberry, but it's
not much of anything. This is not a winning combination.
No, Buried Alive, get it out of here. Well, Ben, looks like we've got another thing to torture our palates with.
We got a combination of a Frankenberry and Count Chocula. Those are our top two picks, so I think that we're going to really enjoy this one and just suck it on down. So I call this concoction Vlad the Inhaler. That's better than Buried Alive.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, the power of these Frankenberries is overtaking.
It really is.
The cocoa-y goodness of the chocolate.
It takes away all that cocoa-y delicious.
Yeah. All that I can taste is that sugary fake berry flavor. I think if you had more of like a 2/3 to 1/3 mix of Count Chocula and Frankenberry, this would be more acceptable.
Go heavy Count Chocula, you might enjoy this, but
otherwise this is pretty unacceptable.
This is a failure.
Do you think it's possible that these little ghost shapes are all the souls that have been reaped by these monsters?
The ghosts of the teeth they have destroyed.
Yeah.
I figured this would be okay.
I did too. I really thought this was going to be good. An improvement maybe even on Count Chocula, but what I have found is I think wrong things.
Well, Steve, that was more sugar than I think I have consumed in a millennia.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually had to cut my own foot off.
Preemptively?
Yeah, just the doctors thought it would be a good idea.
Those combinations were not fantastic. I really expected them to be okay, the powers combined.
I thought we had a genius idea that everyone was going to be imitating.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really just didn't turn out great. If you're gonna go with a monster cereal, the king of the monsters himself is Count Chocula.
It's gotta be that Count. He is #1 in my book, which really did surprise me. I figured a Frankenberry would come out on top.
Yeah, nice strawberry flavor. I would have enjoyed that.
But it turns out there's nothing better than riding with the Count. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and also hit that little bell thing down there for notifications of new stuff coming at you every week. Also be sure to listen to our weekly horror movie review podcast, Dead and Lovely, available on all of your favorite podcast apps.
And check us out on Twitter and Instagram @DeadLovelyPod. You can always email us at deadandlovelypod@gmail.com. And we also have an awesome Facebook group, Dead and Lovely Horror Movie Podcast.
Thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for more fun videos coming at you very soon.